So, welcome to the Natural Solutions class. We're going to talk a little bit about how we can use essential oils for our everyday to support everyday problems, whether it's sleep, stress, digestion, any sort of ailment that you may be struggling with. I'm just gonna start by sharing my screen, and then we can dive straight in. Um, okay, that many tabs open, like my brain. There we go. Lovely. So, present. Hope we can all see that. Essential oils made easy. There we go. Want it nice and easy. So even if you've used essential oils for many years, or if you're a complete beginner, it doesn't matter. Hopefully there'll be something you can take away that you maybe didn't know, or some more information on how to use and how to get the most out of the oils. Just invite these people in. There we go. Right. So if you didn't already know, the approach that doTERRA try or we try and advocate is to address the body's root needs, basically go to get to the root cause of problems. Um, when we go to the doctor, not saying that we don't go to the doctor for serious things, but the mild things that you can basically try and support yourself with. Sometimes you go to the doctor and then they might give you some more medication and that can have side effects. And sometimes you end up inundated with medication because it's trying to sort something out and it's a side effect of something else and we're not any healthier. So what we want to do is just try and show you some natural ways using these plant-based medicine, um, the original medicine that we had, and how we can use it to have a proactive approach to looking after our health and well-being. So just a little bit about essential oils. What are they? Well, essential oils are taken from, if it's a citrus oil, it's taken from the rind, cold pressed, the oils squeezed out that lemon or that orange, when you zest it, and that's all the oil is in the bottle. Obviously, if it's a herb, it's the herbal extracts from that oil, or if it's a tree oil, it's sometimes taken from the pine needle, or it's taken from the resin or the bark of the tree, or the seed if it's a spice, anything like that. They're basically the lifeblood of that sort of plant or whatever it is. And what they do is, when you think of a tree, it goes through years of, winters and the environmental stresses that are put on that tree. The essential oil provides so many benefits for the tree. It's antifungal, it's restorative, and it helps the tree to regenerate. So what we want to do is tap into some of the benefits for us, for our bodies. But just a little bit about the grade of oil that we're talking about. It's called CPTG, so it's certified pure tested grade of oil. And this little box here, it's the APRC, and they're an independent testing body that tests oils from all over the world. And what they've found is, when you look, we've all bought an essential oil maybe from a retailer online or in a shop, and it'll say 100% pure on the bottle. But what we don't realize is that there's no regulations or standards, so they're allowed to get away with it containing 5% 100% pure. You get that? So it's like somebody saying 100% meat, but it's also got fillers, additives, other things that make it smell similar to the pure oil, but it's not pure. So it may have fillers in or things like that. So that's why doTERRA saw the need to provide the purest oil, basically distilled from that plant or tree straight to the bottle. So then we can be sure that what we're using is 100% pure, not 5% pure. And three companies of consistently pure oils. doTERRA is one of the three. This is what the APRC reported. That means that 95% of the market sell adulterated oils, which is quite concerning, really, because we don't know what we're getting. Some people say, how do I know we've got pure oils? And there is no way of knowing unless it goes through some sort of testing and screening. So you can be sure that when you use doTERRA oils that they are 100% pure because they go through this testing, they're certified, stringent third-party testing, so to ensure that they're potent and authentic and nothing is added or taken away. So when we look at the safety, because these are extracted from plants and there's nothing added, they're safe to use. Now, some people have said to me, "Oh, this essential oil it gives me a headache," or it really tightens my breathing. And often I'll say to them in the nicest way, make sure that you're not breathing in the chemicals, or the headache is the chemicals from that oil if it's not a pure oil. And then when they've tried a pure oil, they've realized that it wasn't that that was causing the headache because it's pure. So often that is the case with a lot of people that experience essential oils but not experience the best that essential oils are really. So we know that they're extracted from plants. They've got amazing health benefits and they're pure and potent. So imagine if you've tried an essential oil that's 5% pure, imagine trying 100% pure. Some people are used to putting a lot of oil on them, like 10 drops of oil, but you only need 1 drop of oil because it's so pure and potent. For example, the peppermint oil, if anyone's smelt peppermint oil, 1 drop of that is equivalent to 28 cups of peppermint tea because it's 50 to 70% stronger, the herbal, than the herb itself that we cook with, for example, because it's in its concentrated form, that compound. And we know peppermint is a bit of a Swiss Army knife of oils. It's not only energizing, it can clear our airways, it can bring back our sense of smell for many people, it can cool the body, it can relieve tension in the body, and it can help with circulation as well. Another reason why we use essential oils is because they're so effective. So when we think, because they are the blueprints, we have the same blueprint because we are carbon based, we are made from the ground. So essential oils, the body recognizes these tiny aromatic compounds because they're completely natural. So the cell membrane, that protective barrier, it actually lets these molecules in because it knows it's not going to do it any harm. So things like for our immune system, things of viruses, pathogens, bacteria, we can be sure that it can really help to support our immune system. It can actually permeate the cell membrane. And we know antibiotics can't do that because they can only go on the outside of the cell. That's why they don't recommend antibiotics for viruses, because it can only stay on the outside. So really good. On Guard has got clovin, it's got rosemary, eucalyptus, wild orange, and it's just beautiful. It's one of those oils that you can use for your immune system to take in water or put it on your feet. You can diffuse it because of the rosemary. It's really good at cleansing the air if anyone's like coughing and spluttering around you. And it strengthens the whole family because when we breathe an oil in, it can enter our bloodstream via our lungs. It can help clear our airways. So that's a really good one, known as a protective blend. Because of the clove as well, it can help with sort of any sort of gum problems. We can just put it neat on the gum and it's a natural analgesic for us. Or you can gargle with it as a natural mouthwash. So many ways to use it. We put it in a spray bottle as well for the house because it's antiviral, antibacterial, and things like that. Really cleansing. And it's also affordable. So a lot of people think obviously essential oils, it could cost doTERRA oils, they're not the cheapest oils on the market, but because they are so potent and you only need a drop, let's say a drop or two a day, then it can last a long time because that them bottles there's 250 drops in a bottle. And when you're dealing with a certain health problem, for example, somebody had digestive problems and they worked out the cost of a prescription medication for their digestion, and it worked out at like £200, and they got the doTERRA Zengest for the digestion that was only like £28. So they saved a lot of money and no side effects. So you probably opened up medication, you've seen the all the possible side effects. You don't get that with essential oils if you use them safely, and we'll show you how to do that as well. So there's 3 ways that we can use essential oils. You're probably familiar with this way, the first, aromatically. So whether you put it in a diffuser, you've got a room diffuser where you just fill it up with cold water and you add your various essential oil drops, whether it's a mixture of different smells. Or you can actually put a drop in your hand and breathe that in, inhale that, and that's really good to open the airways and cleanse our respiratory system. And it can really positively affect the mood, as we'll see in a little bit. So aromatically is really good if we want to clear the airways and we want to have emotional benefits if we're feeling anxious or stressed out. And topically, so applying essential oils to a localized area, let's say we've got tummy pain, and we can apply that digestive oil, that peppermint or whatever it is, over the tummy area, and that is really effective almost straight away. So you've got localized benefits. Let's say you've got, I don't know, tennis elbow, then you'd want to apply it topically to that area. Just bear me 1 second. Somebody decided to put the blender on during recording. So yeah, that's topically. Now you can also apply it to the bottoms of your feet. Let's say if you wanted to maybe use it for immune benefits, like say you want to strengthen your immune system, then you'd apply it to your feet or your spine, and then your body will take what it needs to the areas that it needs it. And then internally, so we're only talking about these CPTG oils that we use internally. So what we want to be doing is either putting it in water or in a veggie capsule, or we can put it under our tongue if it's not a hot oil. So for example, we start the day with lemon oil because it's really alkaline for the body and it's taken from the rind, so it doesn't damage your tooth enamel. So we use that daily in water to cleanse our body, to detoxify our body. So you can use it in water, and things like under your tongue, I would use frankincense under the tongue because that just gets into your system straight away. If you didn't like the taste of it, then you could use a veggie capsule, which is just an empty capsule. Let's say On Guard is a little bit spicy, then you just open your capsule and put a couple of drops of oil in and take that with a glass of water. So there's various ways you can use these oils internally. And as you probably know, you can't use all essential oils internally. There's some that are not suitable for internal use. But when you think of like peppermint, lemon, wild orange, things like that, they can be used internally and they've got different benefits, particularly for the digestive and immune system if we take it internally. Okay, so I just want to talk a little bit about another citrus oil, which is wild orange. It's known as the mood enhancer. It's known as sunshine in a bottle, and it's really good if we're struggling with any sort of anxiety or depression. A really simple way of using wild orange is just to grab your bottle and put a couple of drops in your hand, rub together, and then inhale through your cupped hand. And do some big, deep inhalations, and that's really good to help ground you and settle you if you're feeling a bit anxious. And you could do that several times a day just to help you through the day. You could also, we use the wild orange in our own hot chocolate, so you can make chocolate orange because it is a food oil. So, you know, like Terry's chocolate orange has orange oil. This is exactly the same, if not better. For energy, like I said, just putting it through cupped hands, but because it's such a great oil for immunity as well, it's in the On Guard blend, you can just take it in water. It's a lovely flavour in citrus. As a citrus oil, you can take it with sparkling water or still water. It's nice in gin and tonic just to add a boost of flavour. Household cleaning, we can make a great wood polish with the orange oil. There's a recipe for that. Smoothies. So it's not only uplifting, but wild orange is also a bit of a sedative. So you can take a couple of drops under the tongue also for sleep. So it is very adaptive. So a great one. A great all-rounder is wild orange. And then we've got Air Blend. So this is known as the marriage saver because it can really help with snoring. And we've had lots of really good testimonials about this. So applying it to the reflex points on the toes, as well as inhaling before sleep, will really help to clear the airways. Even if you don't have any breathing problems, you will get a better, deeper sleep with taking air beforehand because it just opens your airway. We don't get enough oxygen at night anyway, probably. So that's really going to be beneficial. The oils in the blend, you can see there, it's peppermint, laurel, eucalyptus, tea tree, lemon, so very antiviral. So any sort of lung issues, it can really help to get things moving with the lungs. If there's any sort of phlegm, it can get things moving again, especially the cardamom in there. It's an expectorant, so it can help lift things as well. So you can use air in many ways. A great way we use it, just put some carrier oil on, coconut oil or whatever carrier oil you use, a few drops of air, and then put it over the chest, the shoulder, the back, or the feet, and get it in the diffuser and breathe it in as well. So there's lots of different ways you can use it, or use it all those ways just to tackle sort of every side. So you can do that. It's great for allergies as well, and people that struggle with asthma, just help to open up those airways better. And then we've got deep blue. So deep blue is one that you can't take internally. It's great for topical use and it's really good. A lot of famous football teams use deep blue for going on before a game because it helps with increasing the circulation to the area. It's a natural topical analgesic for pain, arthritis, but it also can help bring blood flow to that area. And not only will it help to numb and soothe the pain, but the oils, the floral oils, can actually help to repair damaged tissue if used over time. So it's not just a quick fix. If you use it over time, it will really benefit that area. And the peppermint there as well, or adding peppermint on top, will help to drive it deeper into that muscle tissue or layer. And also, if you do have a problem with, I don't know, back pain or whatever it is, adding a hot compress over the top of once you massage your oil in will really drive it deeper. It's really lovely. So any sort of head tension, bone pain, you want to be using deep blue. That's going to be your best friend. And then we've got Zengest. So I mentioned this before, is really helpful for people who have any sort of tummy issues. Even if you don't have a tummy issue all the time, it's great to have on hand. Although sometimes my boys will say, "Oh, Mum, I've got tummy ache," so just take some Zengest and it'll sort the problem out. If you're feeling sick, travel sickness, just breathe it in, and the ginger in there will take the edge off. We just use this all the time. It's great for sinuses as well, just applying over the sinus area. Whether the person's got diarrhea or constipation, the Zengest is known as a tummy tamer, so it's just going to calm the tummy, whatever it needs. And if you've eaten something you shouldn't have, you could take Zengest after just to calm everything down. Drink it in water, warm water or cold, or take it in a capsule, and or topically over the tummy. But for acid reflux or heartburn, just rub it over the heart area. That's really good. That's a tummy tamer. And then lemon, talked a little bit about lemon being alkaline to our body. Great at detoxifying. It's got glutathione, and which is a detoxer for the body. So really good at helping to rid the body, increase the alkalinity in it. Things like sore throats, we can gargle lemon as well. Add honey with it. You can add On Guard as well. We use it in a spray bottle for glass cleaning. You can use it in smoothies, whatever. You can make lemon cake with lemon oil. And it's really good at helping to regulate high blood pressure. The really gentle oil to use for people, even if they're on medication. Lemon oil is pretty safe to use. Things like kidney stones, we know doctors recommend taking lemon to break down the uric acid, so lemon oil would be perfect, just as a preventative as well. So if you get nothing out of today, take lemon oil daily. Okay, and then we've got frankincense. Now, frankincense is one of the most precious oils that we have. It's very expensive, and the reason for that is because the boswellia tree can only be scored a few times for the resin to come out before the tree loses its integrity. So it can only be scored a few times a year. And so it's so precious, that resin that comes out and produces the frankincense oil. But it's known as the oil for the brain, and it's the king of oils. So what it can do for our cells is to oxygenate our cells. And when we've got oxygen in our cells can move freely. And things like brain aging, Alzheimer's, dementia can really support people with that problem. Not saying it's a cure-all for anything, but it can really be supportive of anyone that's suffering with this. And we've seen some great improvements for people. Pain and inflammation, frankincense basically enhances all the other oils that you put it with, so it's really going to turbo boost anything. Whether you're feeling anxious or you've got pain or you just want to feel a bit more mentally alert, then you would take frankincense. I just take it under the tongue or on the roof of my mouth, on the thumb, and it's really good for feeling get more clarity, and you've got quicker sort of thinking. There, so that's a good one. But not only for the brain, for the skin, because it supports repairing cells, our skin cells. So frankincense would make a really good skin oil for wrinkles and fine lines, and helping to give you a healthy glow as well. So you can add it to like moisturizers as well. Oregano, just a couple more oils and I think we're done. But oregano oil is known as the killer because it's anti-parasitic, antiviral, antifungal. So anything nasty going on in the body, any sort of infection, reach for oregano. Whether it's something like you've got tonsillitis, you could gargle oregano. It's so effective. But if you're worried about something going on in your intestines, let's say you've got things lurking, maybe you're worried about candida or anything like that, any sort of intestinal parasites, oregano, you could take it over a course of 10 days to give yourself a bit of a clean out if you wish. If you've got a pretty robust stomach, you can take it. It's not for the faint-hearted though, and it is a hot oil, so use it cautiously. And obviously you can use it in cooking, but one drop is very strong. It's great for you to use for pain as well. You can dilute it and add it to any other things for helping with arthritis as well as warts as well. Just put it straight onto the area. We have a guy who's a chiropodist, and he basically buys about 10 of these a month, 10 oregano rollers a month, and he sells them to his clients if they've got warts, and they've found really good results with that. So a little bit about when we're using it aromatically. We mentioned when we're breathing an oil in, and it sort of affects our olfactory system. So when we breathe it in, it's the only sense that reaches our olfactory bulb, which then connects to our limbic system, which is our emotional seat of the brain. So that is where trauma, memories, and things can really affect us. When we're breathing an aroma, it can be relaxing, it can be stimulating, depending on which oil we use through different responses. So everyone's got a different reaction. You may react differently to wild orange or lavender to somebody else. Some people might have an oil that they absolutely love, and some people absolutely hate it. So we've got a very distinct sense of smell, and that is because it's connected to our limbic system, and it brings back so many memories when we smell something. So just have a look at some things that you may be, certain oils can do certain things. So for example, if you're grieving, then things like florals and tree oils are very, very comforting and really grounding as well. If you're feeling sort of listless and apathetic and discouraged, then citrus and mint would be something to reach for as well. So that's just to give you an idea of some of the oils that you can use to help how you're feeling. So however you feel on a certain day, you can reach for the various oils to support your emotions. We know like lemon's uplifting, lavender's relaxing, wild orange cheers you up, peppermint's really energizing. There's one called balance, which is a grounding blend, that's lovely, and adaptive is calming. And a simple way to use it for stress and anxiety is to apply, like we said, apply a few drops to the palms of your hands, rub together, and cup it over your nose. Close your eyes and inhale, count to 4, and repeat that. Doing that really resets your brain and really helps you. You can also apply it topically, apply it to some diffuser jewelry so you can smell it throughout the day. That's just a little bit about balance. It's a bit of a tree oil, so it's like forest bathing, and it promotes feelings of peace, contentment, and groundingness. So balance is a lovely one to use. I think, yeah, so this is sort of a bit of a deep dive into another class, but just a little bit about sleep. Things like air, frankincense, and lavender and wild orange are both relaxing and sedating. And cedarwood is a lovely one. It's really grounding. So cedarwood and lavender together are actually a really good one together. And serenity is a bit of all of them in one bottle. So it's like basically does what it says on the bottle. So that's a beautiful one of my favorites. Okay, I won't confuse you too much, but basically we've got neurotransmitters in our brain, our chemical messengers. You've probably heard of dopamine, endorphins, serotonin. But amazingly, essential oils from our sense of smell can help increase these or balance them. And these are some of the oils that can affect our receptors. So citrus oils can help normalize these hormone levels, especially people diagnosed with depression. Can be really, really, really effective for them. Rosemary essential oil is really good for memory. Lavender associated with relaxation, as we know. So if you've got lemon and lavender, you're pretty much sorted because you can pretty much do a lot with that. So just have a think about what 3 things that are most concerning in your life today. It could be sleep, digestion, it could be stress, and think about how you want to use these oils to help you on a day-to-day basis. So that's the 10. We've covered sort of the 10 oils, even though like we've got tea tree and other things that maybe haven't covered as much. But this is kind of what it can do. And this is like a family, like a mum's first aid kit, whichever size you choose. So you've got something, as the months and seasons go by, you've got something for everything. Hay fever is these 3 together for seasonal threats. You've got peppermint and Zengest for digestion. If you want to breathe better, you've got air, Zengest, and even On Guard. Earache, gum ache, you've got tea tree and On Guard. So it's great to have a few at your arsenal because one oil is sometimes it works for different people. So it's nice to have a few to mix and match. And this is some of the ideas of how you can blend. So we've got using those 5 oils there, you can make the Flume Bomb, which is an intense immune support bomb. Putting them all together in a vegetable capsule or put it in a roller bottle and putting it with carrier oil onto feet and spine is a really good way to support our immune system. I can send you all this after if you want a copy. So for anyone who's not got an account, there's a special offer where if you get a kit or you get oils over 100 PV, which is roughly £100, you get £50 back in December to spend on whatever you want really in the shop, whether it's some extra different oils that you haven't got before or natural products. So yeah, so that's a really good offer. If you're looking at getting a kit and you're thinking about it, November is definitely the month to get it because we don't often have this offer on. And with your membership, because you get a wholesale account with each kit, we all have wholesale accounts, so it's a bit like your own Costco card where you basically get 25% off every time you go in your shop. Say if you run out of lavender and you just get lavender, you're getting it at wholesale price. You also have the ability to earn points back, and so you can get some free oils. There's always promotions on. You get online education at your own pace. You get monthly education. We do classes every month on different subjects, hormones, whatever it is, gut health, and then you also get a one-to-one consultation with us and a welcome pack. So it's you're not left alone with oils and not knowing what to do. You get full training. And that's it. So that's the price of some of the kits here. So the Family Essentials kit has got 5 ml bottles in, and it's a great starter kit, and that's 133.75 with the 50 points as well back. Home Essentials kit is the bigger oils apart from the deep blue, and it comes with a diffuser as well. That's 263. And this one's a little bit different. It doesn't contain all the 10. It contains some different oils like the balance oil, lavender, wild orange, On Guard, aroma touch, tea tree, peppermint, and it contains a bottle of carrier oil, coconut oil, and a petal diffuser for 130. So a little bit different there for you. So I'll just stop sharing, and thank you all for listening. I'll just stop recording as well.